Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Jim. How's it going? Before I get started, remember, click the thumbs up if you like the stream, you like what I'm doing here on this channel. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all those things you're supposed to do. Look down in the description. You can super chat, you can Patreon, you can buy me a coffee, you can Cash App, you can do all kinds of things. You can buy shirts, coffee mugs, all kinds of stuff. Just look down in the description. So now that we have that out of the way, I have to say, it's been raining, and I said the last time I streamed, which was what, was Tuesday? Was it Tuesday? I guess it was Tuesday. I said it's going to be another 10 days of rain. Rain is going to start. Well, rain has started, and it's going to be another 10 days of rain. And actually, it's a good thing, although, you know, it's like pick your poison. Is it you like the heat, you like the rain, what do you like? And actually, I like the rain more than the heat, although it makes things a little more problematic. I gotta say, I went out yesterday to fly my drone. I've been going all kinds of places. I just go and fly a little bit, just get a little bit of footage, but I figured, you know, the day before that, I flew at this park, Nawamin Park, and I don't know what I was thinking. I flew straight up to clear the trees, and as I was going straight up, I veered to the left. I wanted to veer to the left, and I veered too far to the left. I just lost my concentration, and I flew right into the tree, and there was something that I broke on the drone. I had to send the drone over to the guy. Immediately I went home, got a driver to send the drone over to the guy because I didn't want to go there myself. Paid too much for that, but okay, that's another story. The guy had it fixed by the next day. 2,000 baht it cost me. I had Grab go and pick it up and then deliver it to me. So, you know, all in all, I was out a day. But I went back to that park yesterday, and it was raining quite a bit yesterday. Jim, it's raining down here pretty much nonstop. It's not great weather. Very cloudy. And so it had stopped raining, but it was very cloudy out. It was dark clouds and everything, but it was not raining. So I thought, I'm going to go out. I want to get some time in the air. So I take the drone out again, and man, let me tell you, the connection was so bad because of the clouds that I would try to do things and it would just say no connection. It would say we're having problems with the signal, check your area or whatever, and it just had to do with the clouds. And so I did get some good footage, but it was a bit of work, and so I walked back home, took a motorcycle there, I walked back home because there's no motorcycles to pick you up, and I walked back home and I just thought, man, this weather it's really not so nice, but it beats the heat, and that's a good thing. And I took the drone back, I looked at my footage, got some good footage, and I just thought to myself, this sucks, man. You're out trying to fly the drone. You can't even fly it because the signal's so bad, it won't even let you do anything. You know, so I have a Mavic Mini 2, and I also have a Phantom 4, which I may try to sell. I'm not sure yet. I got a lot of batteries and extras for the thing, so, you know, it's in good shape. Hasn't been crashed like the Mavic Mini 2. The thing I like about the Mavic Mini 2 is that it's very small. It takes up about, I would say it's maybe 10 inches by 5 inches high by 4 inches wide, something like that. It's not a whole lot, but you know, I can make it smaller than that. If I don't bring the bag, but the bag carries everything very nicely and it protects everything. So, and it's been fun flying it, you know. So, well, I'll let you know. Because you know, it's still worth like 8,000-10,000 on the market. You know, if you buy it, and it's in pretty good shape. I mean, I've only flown it a couple of times, and the guy who had it before was Chuck. And he didn't fly it all that much. I know him, and he doesn't fly. He doesn't go out and do a lot. One time, me and my son went and flew with him a long time ago. And I flew a couple times, and that was pretty much about it. So, anyway, air quality is 27, which is really good because of the rain. But it is rainy, like I said, the next 10 days, all the way till Sunday the 2nd. Rain is forecast. It's 82 degrees right now, high of 89. Below 90, I can't believe it. 78 is the low, and the feel-like temperature is 90. 88% humidity, which is crazy. It's just too much humidity. But anyway, yeah, I don't know what I think he sent me a video of himself and his little buddy in Laos yesterday. So I don't know if that's where he is right now. I'm not sure. I thought he was coming to Thailand, but I'm not positive about that. I know he's going to Vietnam and he's doing all kinds of other things. I am doing many things. I got a lot planned for the next 3 months. Really, I don't know exactly, but maybe in the next, what's this? This is almost the end of May, so 6 months. Well, it'll be 7 months. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah. 7 months. I have a lot of trips planned. Some with the wife, some without. Should be a lot of fun. And I'll go over that in a bit. I'll tell you what's going on because I've mapped everything out, which I never do. And now, just because I have a little bit more time, I'm not streaming as often. I'm not putting videos up that much, maybe twice a month, maybe once a week. I have a bit more time, so that's good. But yeah, looks like rain for the next 10 days. And you know, honestly, probably for the next 3 days I'll be in the house. Just because it's raining out, the weather's not that good. I don't want to get caught. I got to buy myself a new umbrella because if you remember, I left my old umbrella at the place where I got my drone fixed, where I went. I left the umbrella there, and I just thought, the umbrella is not in great shape. I need to buy a big umbrella and a small umbrella. We have a big umbrella, but it's Bose. Usually I'm the one with all the umbrellas, so I'm gonna go out and buy a couple umbrellas. A small one and a big one. And hopefully that will help us with the rain. She had some things to do very early in the morning today, and I had to walk her out with the umbrella because the umbrella's huge. But anyway, so it's gonna rain for the next couple days, and I don't really want to be out. I'm sure it will be raining by 12 or 1 o'clock today. It'll rain and it drizzles until 4 or 5 o'clock, which is a little bit longer than usual. And also we're going to talk a little bit about, I wanted to talk about this first, and then I'll talk about where I'm going to go and do all that, but I wanted to talk about finances and budgets and stuff like that, and I just started thinking about it, and I thought, you know, really, I mean, it's very, very simple. If you don't have, because I did the thing on the budget a couple weeks ago. I've talked about budgets for a long time. It really depends on what you want to spend, what you need to spend your money on. If you're some guy who's on dialysis and you've got to go to the doctor all the time, your insurance doesn't cover it, but you've got money, well, then you got to fork out a lot more money. If you're some guy who has no bills, you're in great health, you don't have to pay for anything, all you need is your food and your water and your electric, and you know, maybe you bought a condo, your bills are very small. So, you know, I tend to like to buy very good umbrellas. I don't like to buy pieces of shit because they fall apart very easily. And, you know, there's a lot of wind here. I mean, yesterday, that was the thing. I'm flying the drone. I'm just about done. I'm starting to land it, and I can see the drone moving because of the wind. And I'm like, man, I didn't have much room for error because I was in between a couple of trees. I may go today and fly it. I don't know. There's a place down at the end of my street where I can go, but I don't want to, you know. I may go there. I don't know. Well, I'll buy an umbrella just because I don't want to get wet. Although, sometimes I don't really care. I like walking in the rain. It's okay. Doesn't bother me as long as I'm going home. If I'm coming to the mall and I'm walking along somewhere and I got to go out in the rain, well, then it's problematic. But I need a big one and I need a small one. That's probably about 500 baht here for two of them, 250 baht each. I always forget them, and I don't like carrying them either. I mean, I have my bag. That's it. I like carrying this. When I go traveling, I carry a backpack. And, you know, half the stuff in the backpack is equipment. It's your phone, power bank, cables, the MacBook Pro, the cable for that. Then you need I need a power strip because I have too many things to charge, and I want to do it at the same time. I don't always have time to stay awake. And you know, oh well, I'll plug this battery in, and then when this one's done, I'll plug the next one in. I don't have time for all that. So I have a power strip and all this other kind of stuff. And but I don't carry a lot of clothes. A couple of shirts, 2 pairs of pants at the most, and that's it. So bring me one. Just get Grab to deliver it. Anyway, talking about the budgets. You know, I think, honestly, if you're paying rent, which most people are paying for rent or paying a mortgage or something here. They're paying for something. Bo went and looked at a house the other day. She really wants to get a house. And I'm like, okay. She gets a house and we decide to move somewhere else. Alex, Nicholas, they can live in the house. We're all right. So that's all right. But I'm hoping that it's somewhere that I like, somewhere quiet, somewhere where I won't be bothered. And then I'm going to go on my trip, which the trips are another expense. If you're gonna travel, that's a whole different expense. But you always need to pay for your rent or your mortgage, and maybe you pay cash for you're gonna have to pay like a condo fee or something like that. That's a little different, but you got to pay for electric, you got to pay for water. I don't know anybody who doesn't pay electric or water, and some people, they don't have very big electric or water bills. It's a couple hundred baht. I mean, I know somebody that has a 500 baht electric bill, and it's never over that. And I'm like, how do they do that? That's not us. That's not us. You got to have what else? What else do you need? Most people have a cell phone. I was surprised. My wife told me the other day, she goes, I spend 300 baht a month on my cell phone. You know, I never knew that was all she was spending. I said, well, because she has problems connecting to the internet all the time. I said, I never have a problem connecting to the internet. I use AIS, it's 399 baht. I recommend it to anybody. And I mean, really, you can find comparable plans, but you know, the problem with AIS and DTAC and what's the other one? True. The problem with them is that they have so many plans, it's hard for you to choose. You have to narrow it down, and you have to take the time to narrow it down to get the best plan. The best plan is not always the costliest plan. And, you know, it really depends on what you use your phone for. I don't generally talk on the phone for more than a couple minutes, and you can always use Line to make your phone calls. And if you need to call somewhere else, I mean, you know, you're talking, you know, a baht and a half a minute. I mean, I don't think I spend more than 10, 20 minutes on the phone every month where I'm making a call to someone, and it's not through Line or WhatsApp or Messenger or whatever like that. I don't use Messenger very much. So you gotta have that. Generally, you're going to have to pay internet in some apartments. They will give you the internet, or you will pay, 300, 400 baht for the internet. But generally, those kind of services in apartments are not very good. They're not. It's not like you're getting blazing fast internet. So sometimes it's better to pay a little bit more, and then you get more money. More. What am I saying? You get more for your money. I'm a special member because I pay the bill every month, and it adds up. And so now I'm a special member. I'm a platinum, or whatever it is. I go up. I just walk right in to the little room. They've got, there's like 1 or 2 people, and that's it. And they have like coffee and water and all kinds of other stuff there. It's nice. But I don't come, honestly, I don't like coming to the mall most of the time because I always think, what am I doing here? I don't want to buy anything. My wife will walk along and look at stuff, and oh, look at this, it's so nice. Let me try this on. That's not me. I'm like, I want to buy 3 shirts. Am I going to go to the mall for them? Usually I don't. Usually I buy them online, or I buy them from somewhere else. And I go to the grocery. And I get a coffee once in a while. And that's it. I was just thinking yesterday how commercial these places are. Everywhere you go, it's you're consuming. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Men look and they want to buy. Women look and they're like, oh, let me look at this. Let me look at that. They want to look at everything. Everything they can, they want to look at. So that's something else. We went looking for something. She goes, can we go look for some clothes? And I go, ugh. Shoot me now. Sometimes we go out for a coffee. It's nice. We have a coffee, and then we go out to have something to eat, or we have something to eat, then we have a coffee. But when she starts going, will you come with me? I'm like, ugh. I don't want to go help you with your clothes. It'll take forever. Hello there, Cyrus. How you doing? So, that's another thing. So, electric, water, the utilities. Electric, water. I had to pay the garbage the other day. That's 150 baht. And the guy comes back and goes, I don't have a copy. I can't see. I got something here, but it's not clear. Did you pay this already? I go, yeah, I paid it there, buddy. I got the receipt. He goes, no, do you have the receipt from the bank? I'm like, okay. Showed him the receipt from the bank. Everything's copacetic. That's almost, what is that, $4 a month? $4 and some change a month for the garbage. Electric, water, garbage, internet. I don't buy cable. I don't pay for cable. I found it to be not so good. I get Netflix. It's 349 baht a month. You can get it for a little bit cheaper, a little bit more expensive if you want. I have Spotify, which is dirt cheap. Compression socks. You have that problem. You have the clotting problem. I don't have any problems with my blood flow, as far as I know. However, if you do have a problem with it, I suggest that you wear those socks. Do what you have to do, because, and I've told the story before, but my buddy, he died from DVT. And this was after he had to fight with Japan Air. He was like, oh, I got to go first class. You got to bump me up to first class because I have DVT. I got a medical certificate, blah, blah, blah. And they did. They bumped him up. He got to fly first class. He was kind of lucky. And then a couple weeks later, he passed away. Really sad. My wife and I were we got to know him a bit. He was a friend of a friend. He came over. We took care of him. We got to know him a bit. And he ended up passing away. Yes, it's expensive. Oh, your feet swell. You swell up. You know what swells up is my hands. My hands, I have arthritis, really bad arthritis. My hands swell up. And that's another thing, medical. You better have insurance over here. You better have some insurance. Because if you don't, you'll be paying out of pocket. You may say, oh, well, I don't have to go. But when you get older, when you get to be my age, when you get to be 2/4 Koreans age, just get up right around there, you're just going to have to pay. There's no way out of it. Then you got to think about dental. Then you got to think about your eyes. I mean, I bought glasses. It was probably 9 months ago I bought glasses. I can't remember. I need more glasses. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Hey there, Andy. Well, we have 2 cats, and I can tell you, my wife probably spends about 2,000 baht a month on them and their little treats and all of a sudden. So what's that break down to? 60 baht a day? 63 baht a day, 66 baht a day. That's about what we pay. And let me tell you, in the morning, I can get up at 4 o'clock, I can get up at 6 o'clock, it doesn't matter. As soon as I get up, they're standing there in the hallway to the kitchen, meowing, and it's like, they just look at you. It's like, give me my food. And then later in the afternoon, they're doing the same thing. Yeah, I don't get those cheap glasses, man. I have stigmatism, you know. Oh, well, that's good. Hey, Alex has some great, really great insurance. He has 2 insurance plans, but he's got really good insurance. And, you know, if you want an agent, then I know somebody. And she's a nice girl. Never tried contacts because, like I said, I have astigmatism, so my eyes are different. I would need 2 different lenses. I guess I could, but I don't know. I mean, I have glasses for being farsighted, glasses for being nearsighted. Then I need to go and get some shades, and I just never buy the shades because I want to get some Ray-Bans or something like that. They're expensive. You know, you get a pair of Ray-Bans, they're 6 to 10,000. And then you got to pay for the prescription to be filled. And, you know, you're looking at 12, 15,000 for Ray-Bans here. No, I don't think it might take like, you know, well, it depends. Depends on what part of the month when you start. So if you start at the beginning of May, maybe it'll start in June or maybe it'll start in July. So I don't know. That's kind of what worries me is the health thing. You always got to think about that. And, you know, even young guys. I mean, young guys, you know, they go out and get on a motorcycle and then they crash it and then you see all these GoFundMes. How many times have you seen GoFundMes for some guy who's like, oh, well, the insurance didn't want to pay or the insurance didn't cover it or whatever it is. And then here you are stuck. They're stuck because they have no insurance, and then they're like begging for money. They're like, can I have some money because I don't have the money to get home, and their parents might shell over 20 grand. You know, it's really, you need to do that. You need to have money for dental, you need to have money for your eyes. My eyes have gotten a lot worse in the past couple of years. What else do you need money for? Food, which food, forget about it. You're going to spend at least 200, 250 baht on food. And that's, you know, you're talking about bare bones minimum 200 to 250 baht. That's eating Thai meals all the time. Go out and have a steak. I've had some the last couple of weeks. They have this new steak place, and I just wanted to try it out. And I always, you know, I'll get a burger, I'll get a steak, I'll get whatever. You go over there, by the time you're done, you walk out, it's 250, 300 baht, maybe 400 baht, depends on what you get. You know, with the drink and everything. So, how are you going to get by on 250 baht a day? You're just not going to eat the rest of the day? You can do that, but most people don't want to do that. Yeah, transportation. And my transportation, you know, last month was only about 2,000. I budgeted about 2,000, but I've been really following my finances closely for the last couple of months. But this month it's closer to 3,000 baht. Next month will be lower because I'm gonna add some money to my BTS. I have money on my MRT, so all that stuff, that all counts. Yeah, I saw that. It's good that he's going to get the coverage he needs, but, you know, he's got to go back home. I guess that's better for him, and, you know, whatever's best, man. I mean, you know, as much as I wouldn't want to go back home, if I had to, I could. You know, I just, if the kids could come over, they would come over, or they would come over whenever, as soon as they could. The wife would take time off of work. She's got, you know, vacation time and sick time and all that. She'd have to do it. But if I was there for an extended period of time, that would be a different story. So, you know, I mean, I'm covered for everything back in the United States. I don't have to pay for anything, but, you know, so that is a concern. And listen, I'll be traveling. I leave on June 7th. I'll be back on the 16th. Then I leave again on the 20th, and I'll be back on the 23rd. And then maybe I'll go somewhere else at the end of the month for a couple days. And so I'm going to get some travel insurance, just because I want to make sure I'm okay on the road. But anyway, I think that's about all, really. Aside from, you know, spending money and stuff like that. I mean, you know, yeah, I mean, if you want a truck, you want an automobile, and, you know, listen, I've thought so many times, I think, oh, I'll get a motorcycle. I could get a motorcycle. I could have a lot of fun on it. And then I think, you know, I should just get a car. That would be better. And I'm like, well, and the wife's like, yeah, you know, why don't you start driving? And I'm like, I don't want to drive. You know, to me, I don't want to drive. It's a responsibility. Now, if all four of us went, we could just rent a vehicle and go most places, and it'd be fine. We just get somebody, we just rent a van for 1,500 baht for a day or whatever. They take us there. That's it. Boom, we're there. That's it. We don't have to pay anything else. We don't have to do anything else. We don't have to worry about it. Well, I can drive if I really want to. I can drive. But yeah, I mean, I don't like to. I don't care where you are in Thailand. Most of the time, you don't really need one. If you're out in the sticks, you might need one. But in most places, you don't need one. You can get around. It's a little different here than out, you know, where you are and some other places. I mean, if I was in Surat, listen, my wife, everything is going good at her house there. We may go down there. That's somewhere we may go. There's so much fruit and vegetables, and then now they have chickens. So they're selling samtam. They're selling chicken, they're selling fruit, they're selling vegetables, and they're making bank. You know, they're making like 50,000 baht a month, easy. Which I'm like, wow. So, you know, that's great because that takes care of them. They're all taken care of. You know, the family's all taken care of. And they don't have to work the rubber trees, which is very hard work. That is one of the things that I plan on doing, and I don't know exactly when, but on the 7th, I'm leaving, and I go to Suratani. Suratani. Then I'm going to, I think, Sichuan, which a lot of people haven't heard of. And then from there, I'm going to go to Kanom, which I've talked about. And both Sichuan and Kanom are known as being non-touristy areas. I mean, I can get a hotel for 500, 700 baht a night, which is pretty good now. So I'll go down there. I will stream. I'll probably stream once before I leave. Then I'll stream when I'm either in Surat or Kanom. I'll probably stream once when I'm in Sichuan. I'll shoot video while I'm there. I'll get drone footage while I'm there. And then I probably am going to go to Phuket or Surat or both. I'm not really looking forward to Phuket, but you know, I'm trying to take it with an open mind. I want to go and fly the drone and go get some footage and, you know, do some different things. So that's that. And then Surat, if I go to Surat, it's probably only for a couple of days, but it'll be, I want to find out, hey, just how things are going with the fruit and veg. Which is, you know, I hate to say it, but I get kind of excited about it. You know, I get excited about being in Surat, and then, you know, you see a piece of land and you go, oh, there's a couple things there. Then you go back and you go, holy shit. Then you go back again, and there's so much stuff that it's like, you have to sell it or you're going to lose it. You know, you don't really have a choice. I love how they, you know, in the past it used to be, nobody can come in here, everything is blocked off. You have to go outside and then come in through that outside door. Now people just come in, they step over the little tape, or they pull the tape, the chick can't figure it out. No, I don't think so. No. They have a little chicken shack. They have all kinds of stuff in the front of the house. They built one. She told me it was 4,000 baht, and they built a little chicken shack where they sell the chicken and the sum and everything else. It's pretty good little setup, you know. So those are some of the places. Then I will go to Pattaya with the wife. I'll go down there or over there for about 3 days. And then when I come back, I'm not really sure. Maybe go to Chiang Mai for 3-4 days. And then I'm not sure for July, but in August I want to go to Komodo Islands and to Bali. I want to go back, and I'll be able to do that. So I don't need her permission. I don't have to go with her. She wants to go, she can go. She don't want to go, I know she'd be scared shitless of the Komodo dragon. She hates those things. I don't particularly like them either, but I want to go. I want to get footage. Maybe I'll stream from there if I can. I don't know. But that's on the agenda. I got all kinds of things planned. I just started mapping things out, figuring things out. And, you know, I wanted to go to Greece and Albania. The wife wanted to go. Now she doesn't want to go. She can't go. So, all right. Well, I'll be there for a couple days, I believe. I don't know exactly when. Maybe the 10th, the 12th, something like that. From there, I'll probably go to Komodo Island or Rinca or some other place. I don't know. I want to take a couple of weeks in Indonesia because it's you know, it's the kind of place where you need to take some time You need to take some time. No sprinting speed for me, buddy. You go with the You go with the guard. They have guards that walk around with you. That have sticks, and they push them away. And the lizards aren't stupid. They're pretty smart. And although I gotta say, I saw a woman on some video. I think she's in the Houston Zoo. She's sitting there with this Komodo. She's sitting right next to it. I'm like, isn't she worried that thing's gonna, like, bite her? She's just talking calmly, and then the thing started nosing around and started sniffing for the cameraman because it wanted to know what was going on. And then, that was the end of the video, but it was really interesting. And I've been interested in them a little bit for a long time, and I just kind of want to go and I want to get it off the bucket list. Then I got a couple other things on the bucket list, as you know, Mr. Billy, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to do this, but it's Mount Fuji. I want to go at the right time, so I don't know when exactly. The wife wants to do the Camino de Santiago, which I'm up for. And then Mount Kilimanjaro. I would like to do that. And then there's a couple things in South Africa I'd like to do. I'm doing Sumatra and Java. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of places to see in Indonesia. I've been all throughout the country. Whatever. That's all right. If I can go, I'll go. If I can't, I can't. But it is on the bucket list. There are some things on the bucket list that I definitely want to get done. I do want to go to one of those mountains. I don't think I want to go to Kakabaratsi, though, in Myanmar. I don't think I can do that. Oh, Carlos, what's happening? How you doing? Where are you? You going to be in Pattaya anytime soon? That's because someone had a Godzilla sighting. Oh God, okay. Well, I'm gonna go to Pattaya in July. No, June. In June for a couple days. Go with the wife, hang out with her for 4 days. To get out of Bangkok. Her idea. You have a good time? Pattaya is, it is what it is. If you're in the heart of Pattaya, like, Second Street, or so much traffic, man. It's just a drag. But if you can get to some areas, it's okay, And listen, I went to Koh Lan a while back, and it just doesn't give me. It doesn't excite me. And again, as I was saying, I've been coming up with ideas, and Alex is the one he goes, so what do you do that you have fun? Station 5, okay. And I started thinking about it, and I thought, I don't really do anything for fun. And I thought, well, what can I do? And then I started thinking about things, and I thought about, what do I really want to do? And, right now I'm reading this book called Into Africa. I just read the book. that it's called Living Your Best Day. I think that's what it's called, or Living the Best Day, something like that. And it was by the guy who got eaten by a crocodile on the Lukuga River in, I think it was either Uganda or the Congo, I'm not sure, I can't remember, but very good book. But it took me a while because it's like 500 pages. But now I'm reading this book called Into Africa, and it's about Stanley and Livingstone. You know, Livingstone, I presume, he was a missionary. And it's very interesting to hear the backstory of what was going on. Does not sound like it was his best. No. I mean, he did say that, you know, he thought to himself, I hope I don't get eaten by a crocodile. Because he was always going down a river with, you know, some kind of a river with crocs in it. And like, apparently the Zambezi and the Shiri River, they have so many crocodiles there, you always have to watch. So Livingstone built a boat made out of steel. And they felt comfortable with that because they knew it wasn't going to go down. They didn't want to go in some wooden boat that might not float, and then they're stuck in the river with all the crocs. So 2 people built steel boats. The guy looking for Livingstone, another guy looking for Livingstone, what was his name? Young. And so anyway, it's just interesting to find out how they got funding, how they went, and well, some of the rivers are huge. I mean, like Zambezi River is like, the narrowest point is like 2 miles wide. So they didn't really have any problems with that. But, you know, it has to be a strong boat and, you know, a hardy vessel. That's what it needs to be. You're not, you know, I mean, they're going down in their kayaks. And I thought to myself, if you go in your kayaks on some of these rivers, the rivers are kind of like canals. Imagine if I was kayaking the Sand-Sap Canal and there was crocodiles in the Sand-Sap. Well, you know, a smart croc he's gonna wait for you underneath, and he's gonna go after you. He's gonna get you. You know, so you have to be very careful. And believe me, I'm not going on a kayak down any rivers in Africa. That's something I won't do. You know, I'm just not that crazy. Konkana. I haven't been up in the Isan for you know, I mean, I went to Bunkan, and I went to, what is it, Nakhon Panom, and I went to, what's that other one up there? By Udon Thani? Nong Khai. No, it did not have an abrupt ending because it was just basically he was going to go down the river, and it just talked about him going down the river, and it basically just ended. You know, he's going down the river with the 2 guys, and then it just kind of ended. It just kind of, you know. Yeah, and hippos also. Hippos are extremely dangerous. I know about all these animals. Now, I haven't been there firsthand to see them or experience them. I was watching a video the other day, and it was the girl Itchy Boots, I think is her name, and she was in Africa, and she's out riding the bike with this guy who goes and checks the electrical fence, and he goes and, you know, sees there's no poachers, and she's with him. And so she just stops and she goes, oh, there's lions. Yeah, the Zambezi leads to the Shiri River, apparently. And the Shiri River has tons and tons of croc. They call it the Death River or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I mean, I guess I would go in a canoe or something bigger, a pirogue or something like that. But you know, Anyway, this chick was out riding around with this guy, which, you know, the guy's, he gets out, he's got to check the electrical and do this and do that. And there's lions and elephants and all kinds of things. And she's with him. So then she just stops and she goes, oh, look over there. There's 3 lions. The lions are just looking at her. They're looking at her going, you know, should we go after her? What are we going to do? And so she was like, okay, we have to leave. So she had to, you know, she had to get away. Her and the guy, you know, they had a safari vehicle with them, but she's on a motorcycle, the guy's on a motorcycle. Pretty interesting, but she did say, she said, being on a motorcycle with those lions around is another experience. It's not like being in a car or a truck, which I can understand. You won't catch me on a motorcycle out there. And then she crashed. I think the last video she did, she crashed, and she was in, I think, Cameroon or somewhere, and she crashed. Oh no, Tanzania. She crashed, hurt her foot, broke her collarbone, and they had to take her to the hospital. She, you know, it was a whole ordeal. She had to have surgery on her arm. She had to go back to the Netherlands. It was all this stuff, and I thought, that's why I don't ride motorcycles. Because that's what would happen to me. I know myself on a motorcycle. I like to go fast. I like to try, you know, hey, let me jump this hill and see what happens. 9 times out of 10, I'd be okay. But the one time, I would crash, and that'd be it. I'd be like, all right, broke my leg, now I'm stuck, you know. Anyway, Africa is on the menu, but it will be on the menu for maybe next year. Next year sounds like the plan. I want to go somewhere like South Africa or somewhere, Rwanda, somewhere fairly tame. Where I can do a couple things that I want to do. Which, you know, I want to do the Masai Mara, but that can wait. And I want to do the shark thing. Shark cage, breaching sharks. I want to see all that stuff. And then I'll think about going somewhere a little more difficult, but it depends on the money. And I like Zanzibar. I like Mozambique. Zanzibar is supposed to be magnificent. It's supposed to be beautiful. So all these things, in the next year to 2 years, all these things are going to happen as long as I stay alive. If I stay alive, they'll happen. Because that's kind of what I do. I just do these things just to do them. I did a lot of things before I ever was on YouTube that if I had filmed them, they would have made for some good videos. Nicaragua, Panama, Colombia, Guyana. I wish I took video when I went to these places. China, Russia. Anyway, so that's kind of what's planned. Now let me see here. Let me see if I can figure this out here. My book is almost, my pamphlet here, my little notebook is almost full now. Where's it at? Okay. For streams, yeah, well, I mean, you know, when I started, I think I had like an iPhone 2 or iPhone 3. Okay, Mr. 2/4 Korean, I want to go back to the Nai Lert Heritage Home, which is basically just a coffee shop, and then there is the home, the actual home. I want to go in there and film And then, I don't know, somewhere around there, I can get somewhere nearby, Central World or wherever it is, and I'll go there, and that'll be the stream. I want to go to the Peninsula Coffee Shop, Peninsula Hotel. And also around there is the Assumption Cathedral. And then from there you go over to Icon Siam, and you can see the sights on the first floor. Also want to go to the Mandarin Oriental Coffee Shop. Klong Tui will be a place that I'm going to stream from in the next couple of weeks. Cafe Madeline, Kanom, Sichon, Phuket, Pattaya, Bali, either Komodo Island, Rinca Island, I'm not sure yet. Vivi Cafe, all these would be streamed. And then videos, Palong, Kanom, Phuket, and from Chumpon, they have coffee farms. And I'm looking forward to going to the coffee farms and trying to make a video from there using the drone. Same with wineries and craft beer and rubber farms, all that kind of stuff. I want to do this stuff. It gives me a reason to travel. You know, I'm not just traveling and go, okay, I want to go see this place, you know. Yeah, I've been there. I've been all those places. I really don't want to go back to Singapore. And you know, Malaysia, okay, I could go throughout Malaysia, but not Singapore. I'm not really into Singapore that much. And forget China, and forget the Great Wall. What's so great about it? Been to Beijing, been there, done that. I don't really want to go back. I want to do high tea. There's a place where I can go that has high tea, but that's a video, that's not a stream. I want to go to Priscilla Ice Cream, very famous ice cream shop on the Chao Phraya. And there's a couple other things. So hopefully in the next year, I'll step it up. And, you know, gain some subscribers, have some fun. I guess that's it. Gain subscribers and have fun. If I can do that, I'm aiming for 20,000 subscribers. We're up to about, I don't know, 15.5 or something like a 15.4, something like that. So, don't have too much more to go. 4,500. That can be years, or that can be a couple of months. All right, Andy, you take care, huh? Yeah, ice cream is my weakness as well, but I stay away from it most of the time. Listen, I've been dying. I come over here, and there's Swenson right next to me. And I see all these people getting ice cream, and I'm like, oh, that would be good. Oh, yeah, I know I can go there and get this tower, and it's got like 8 flavors of ice cream. And I just go, nah, I got to stay away from it. If I do it for a stream, you know, okay. I can eat right for a week, and then I go, all right, I'll just have a little ice cream. Then I go right back to eating right again. I like some Minato right now. I'm actually thinking about getting some Japanese food today for lunch. I don't know. I want some, but I don't really want to go there. I don't feel like going there because you can't sit at the bar. You can't. It's just not the same. You ever complete your trek across? Yeah, I already did that. I did that. Well, the streams are. I don't want to stream too much. I want to get away from the streaming. So I got this year, and then that's about it. I just go to making videos kind of like as a hobby and for fun when I go somewhere, if I want to go somewhere. There's some places I still want to go. I mean, I always like Indonesia just because it's different and there's a lot of islands I can go to. Africa's completely unexplored. I'd like to go to a couple countries in Africa. And by that time, I should be around 70 years old. I don't know about traveling after that. So, you know, if I hit 5 or 6 countries. Listen, there's a train in Africa that goes from Egypt to Cape Town. And I think there's 1 or 2 buses that are only a couple of hours, but the rest is all trains. And I'm thinking about doing that. It's really pretty inexpensive. I may do that. That may be something I do next year. I don't know. I'm going to look into it a little bit more. I've already looked at it. I already know about it. I have, you know, a lot of I have all the specs, but how to do it. I just need to figure out, okay, so what extra do I need? What do I need to pay? Because if I go on a train, it's nowhere near as difficult as riding a motorcycle, and you know, I don't have to worry about if I crash or anything like that. Well, Jim, I can tell you that, nice. I can tell you, Jim, that it's a lot harder work than you might think. First, you have to remember to do it. Second, you have to want to do it. And third, you're doing it, and there's times you're going, God, I just want to relax, enjoy myself. I gotta, you know, and you know, I haven't been nearly as active in the last couple of years, but since before COVID, really. But you have to do all that, and then you have to think to yourself, okay, I got to do something with this. It's not very easy. It's work. And then you're carrying around a camera. People see you with the camera, and some people are not so nice. Like, you filming me? I don't want to be filmed. Don't put me on your, you know, that's how some people are. Not a lot in Thailand like that, though, which is fortunate, but eventually it will happen where, you know, people get sick of it. So you have to think about all those things. Do you really want to carry a camera around? You know, I can tell you from watching the girl on the motorcycle, the Itchy Boots girl, she had a camera on her helmet. She had a GoPro facing her on the motorcycle, and she had another camera that I think was facing forward. So she had 3 cameras plus a GPS on her motorcycle. So she was, yeah, she was, and she is. She's not right now, she's not filming now apparently, but when she was filming, because I just started, I saw her thing and I went, I'd like to see about this. And I started thinking to myself, God, I could buy a motorcycle for, you know, 100,000 baht. I could buy a cheap motorcycle here. If I really wanted, I could buy like a Royal Enfield for 5,000, 7,000. I could go out and, you know, try to get one of those. And then I just think about it and I think, I can see the headlines. Now it would say, YouTuber crashes motorcycle in fatal accident. That's what I see. What is this? How many hours of video can you get on an iPhone? A lot. I have 256 gigabytes on my phone, which you can get a lot of video, but I mean, if I shoot in 4K, I don't know, you can get like 50 to 100 hours. You can get a lot. I mean, I was flying the drone, and I don't know how long I got. Maybe it was 15 minutes, and it was 45 gigabytes of 4K footage, 4K video. You know, you can get some, but then the thing is, if you're gonna make a video and you have to transfer all that to your computer, can your computer handle it, and is there lag? What are you gonna do about that? Where are you gonna store it all? And fortunately I have some storage, but that's always a problem. And you always gotta, you know, oh, I gotta buy this, buy that, and I've just been looking through and deleting some of the stuff that I know is not good, and I've been able to save room that way. And that's the only reason I haven't been buying all kinds of storage. And I don't know if I would either, because I'd like to get some online storage as well as physical storage units. Anyway. All right, people are coming in now. How big is huge? Don't forget to click thumbs up. Remember to smash the like button, please. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Hit the super chat. Hit the Patreon. Hit the Cash App, buy me a coffee. You know, I got a message from Buy Me a Coffee the other day that says, now you can send video responses to your patrons who send you money. And I thought, well, how could I use that? I'm gonna give a happy birthday to people? I don't know, you know. 2 terabytes each. I have some that are like 4. I have a couple of 2. I probably have 4 or 5 2 terabytes. I have maybe 4 1 terabytes, and I have like 2 4 terabytes, and I have another it's a little memory card. I have 128 gigabytes, 64 gigabytes. I have 512 gigabytes. I forget what the other one is. It's enough. It's enough for now. So, anyway, I'm trying to think if there was anything else about the money and the budget. You know, if you're coming over here, just remember to get insurance. You need a phone nowadays. Get a decent package. Should cost you about 400, 500 baht for a phone package that's good, that you can, holy moly, that you can use. What do you call it? Well. She's definitely a pretty girl. I can tell you that right now. I would never buy a drive on Lazada, man. Never, ever. I wouldn't buy a drive on Lazada or Shopee or any. I would never do that, because that's what you're going to get. You're going to get a knockoff. Yeah, I mean, I buy from here in the mall, and the price is a little higher than you would get, say, across the street at some little rinky-dink shop. But I trust them. And I got a drive once, and the drive was bad. Kind of hard, man. And the drive is bad, and then I took it back. I mean, you know, it was like I bought it, and then like an hour later I was back here, and I go, hey, this drive ain't good. And they're like, I said, listen, plug it in and try it. It's not good. They plugged it in, and it was bad. They go, okay. So they gave me another drive. and that drive was good. Usually when they give you electronics, they'll take it out and they'll do a test of it while you're there, so they know it works. But they didn't do that with the one they gave me, because it comes in a box, and they just didn't. I don't know why. But they all that storage, you think about it, and again, it's consuming versus making content or making something that's worthwhile. I never used to think that way, but now I have been for quite some time, a couple of years. You're gonna do something with your money. What are you gonna go out and buy 50 storage units if you don't really need them? If it's helping you make money, that's a different story. So I don't want to buy anymore. I try not to spend any money on that stuff, man. It doesn't really do that much for me. I have storage with space on it, so I just use those. But if I was going to buy one again, they have a place here in the mall, and you get I don't even remember what is it, WD. They have WD. They have another one, I forget the name of it. But I always get the good brand, and they're always good. And they've lasted. Most of them have lasted. Every once in a while, one will go out. Well, so do I, Jim. I mean, everybody likes to preserve their memories. But there's a difference between some shitty picture that doesn't really have any value, and there's that and a picture that you're like, oh wow, this is great. That's what you have to do. You have to edit ruthlessly. That comes from photography, not just video. Video, I'm a hack, but with photography, you have to edit ruthlessly. If you think it's a little bit bad, then don't keep it. Throw it away. Anyway, if I can't remember it, it didn't happen. Yeah, exactly. There you go, boys. Oh, you're leaving when I leave from here on the train trip. You're leaving to come here on the same day. So when I get back, you should be settled in. Although it takes you a while to settle in. I don't know what Bo has found right now for a place to stay, but there are plenty of places. It's just a matter of getting something that's a deal. And do you want a house? You can get a house. You could if you wanted. Another trip to now this trip is for fun, or is this for a medical reasons? I think maybe we're probably not going to go home until next year. I don't think, maybe I'll go at the end of the year, I don't know, but medical. Wow. Well, at least you can go. I'm not sleeping in for days. I'm going to set up an appointment after one day. That's good. So now you're motivated. What's today, 24th? Today's the 24th, and Jack will leave in about 4 days, I believe. I think 4 days. He's leaving. So he's leaving, he'll be getting back, and then you'll be leaving. That's the way it goes. People come and go. I can't tell you how many people that have come over here and they say they're going to move here, then they come here for like 3 months and they're like, and the next thing I know, they're back. Where's Dre? What happened to Dre? I thought Dre was moving here. He's one of the guys I thought was going to move here for sure. There's another guy who was an attorney, Jonathan. He never came over here. There's all kinds of guys that, you know, probably more guys have said they're going to move here than never moved here, said they're going to move here, and they came here for like a month or two, and then they go, that's it, I'm done, and they move back. Then guys who actually stay here. Most guys who stay here, I'd say probably 20% stay and 80% they leave. Could have been me, you know. And so in one regard, I'm very lucky because I have a family, I have a wife, and yeah, it kind of grounded me a little bit. That was only 6. Get rid of it. You either get rid of it, you sell it, you stick it in storage, and then you can come. You know, I mean, I got too much stuff. I got too many little things. And every once in a while I go through them and throw them out. I throw a bunch of stuff out. I just go, I don't want to do it with clothes. I don't need that anymore. Boom, it's going in the garbage. You know, I wish my wife did that. She has a lot of stuff. And my stuff, you know, I got furniture and stuff like that, but if you know, she said, I want to move to Portugal, honey, I'd be like, all right, let's go. And we ain't taking the furniture. Man, you should be in by then, man, really. It shouldn't take you more than about 2-3 weeks to figure everything out and get in. It doesn't have to be a condo, it can be a house. You know, it can just be an apartment. It doesn't matter. You know, here it doesn't really matter. I don't think. It's all up to you. I mean, I can't believe how much we don't even pay $200 a month for rent, and I'm like, I'm okay with the place. Sure, we can live in a brand new place. We can live in a, you know, sparkling new place that, you know, it's all painted and everything like that. We could do that, and it would cost us $20,000 a month for the mortgage, $15,000-$20,000 a month, and that's perfectly okay. But it's all a matter of where you're going to live. Are you going to be comfortable there? Can you get around easily? Is it as easy as we have it here? And I don't have it bad here. I mean, think about it. Where I am, 2 minutes, I'm at the BTS. Or if I want a bus, 3 minutes, I'm at the canal boat. I get around everywhere. There's markets right around here. If I want to get, today I want to get some bananas. Okay, boom, I'm going to walk down the street, pick up some bananas, get a little exercise, go down there, you know. I got it good. This area is very good. If you don't mind, when we're in the village, it doesn't remind me of a concrete jungle. Once I leave the village, it reminds me of a concrete jungle. And that is one reason I'm going to Kanom and Sichon. I want to see what it looks like. I want to talk to some people. I want to see if there's apartments. I want to see if there's condos. I want to see what's available. And if there's anything decent that's a reasonably priced place, boom, I have to think about it, have to take video, have to show it to the wife, you know, get the second opinion, and maybe we'll get a place down there. I don't know. But I know I can't go to an island. It's just too much of a pain in the ass for all of us. Up to you. Yes, love that. Give it away. I had a lifetime worth of belongings that I left behind. I don't really miss any of them. Fortunately, I've collected a bunch of stuff here now. Yeah, exactly. You know what? I've had all kinds of things. I've built up stuff. I've lost stuff. I had a video collection that was a couple hundred strong. I mean, video, like VHS tapes. Really quality stuff I could have put on YouTube. I could have done all kinds of things with it. Gone. Furniture, gone. What do you think? I want to bring over some furniture to Thailand? No. Think I want to bring my TV over to Thailand? No, I don't want to bring any of that stuff. So now here you are. That's another thing. If you're coming over, it's going to take you money to set yourself up. Sometimes you can move into a place and they got, you know, they'll have a couple TVs or they'll have furniture, but those places tend to be more than if you just go, I don't want all this stuff. Don't put in the furniture, don't put in the air conditioners, whatever it may be. Air conditioners are a little different, but I mean, you know, that's right, I have a bag of yours. I forgot all about that. It's in the closet somewhere. I think my cat sleeps on it. Now we have Sid and we have Nancy. And they constantly are running around the house, jumping on each other. The little one will be up on the kitchen table, and Sid will be walking around, just moseying around. And the little one will jump on his back, and then they start rolling around. And, you know, they don't hurt each other. But they just drive me nuts sometimes, man. Because the other day I was sitting there on the sofa, and I'm like this, watching TV, just kind of nodding out. And all of a sudden I felt this body run over, and he ran like up my leg and up my side and on my head and bounced off my head, bounced off the wall, went over to the chair, and then ran the other direction. By the time I could say, you little bastard, he was gone. Just a... Cats, they're the animal that you love to hate and you hate to love. You love the little things sometimes. I mean, you know, the other day, I woke up. I was sleeping like this. I get up. I open my eyes and I look, and there's Nancy laying right there. As soon as I opened my eyes, she opened her eyes, looked at me. We're looking at each other. And I was like, okay, she's asleep by me, or she was asleep. I get up, she gets up, she wants food. You know, it's just, it's like having a little kid. What is this here? Donated 600 books to my local library, a couple of truckloads to local thrift store, gave all my tools and electronics to my brother and my son. Well, Sid is becoming chilled out because he's older now. I have a bunch of books, and it used to be that what I would do is after I was finished reading them, I would take them over to the bookstore, this bookstore that I know, Dasa Books, and the guy would buy them. You know, he'd give you like 100, 150 baht, or you could trade them for a little bit more money. And, you know, I have so many books. Yeah, I probably have a couple hundred books. and I've stopped buying them because I'm like, all right, I've read most of them, but I got a bunch of books that I want to read. And so I keep thinking, do I want to take them to Dasa Books? I could take a couple of duffel bags over to Dasa Book, and I could make some money off it. Just like I can make some money off that, I can make some money off my drone, I can make money off of this or that. But I just never do it because I always go, well, I have a bunch of books and I go back and read them sometimes, I used to really be into reading. I would read like a book a week. And so now I'm starting to get back into it. Knowledge is power. Not only that, it's entertaining. So that's another thing. If you're the kind of person who reads books and that's your entertainment, maybe you go to a movie once in a while, which I don't go to movies anymore because I just wait for them to come out. Okay, Carlos, take it easy, man. Thanks for coming in. If I want something to do, I got Netflix. I can always watch Netflix. And if I don't want to watch Netflix, I can read a book. I always have plenty to do. And another thing that I do a lot is just plan. I may plan to go 10 places and maybe I go 5 of them. But to travel, if you really want to travel, you got to do all the logistics. I'm my own travel agent. Nobody does it for me. I don't have somebody, figuring everything out, mapping it all out, and doing it. It's me. I'm the one who has to do it. So, anyway, I thank you all for joining me today. Appreciate it. I'd appreciate you who are not watching. I appreciate you who come back and watch later on. And what else do I have? I don't know. I can't think of anything else that I spend money on. Clothing. Once in a while on clothing, shoes, that kind of thing. But really, I think I went over it all. And if you have $1,500, and you're fairly smart with your money, and you don't have like a credit card bill or a couple of credit cards, you don't have a outstanding debt, you can get by on that pretty comfortably. You're okay. The 2,000 is better. 3,000 is even better. And more is better. More allows you some freedom that you might not have when you have less. Having a girlfriend, having a wife, if they're not working, that costs you money. So you got to think about all these things. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. And I will see you the next time. All right? I'll talk to you later. See you later.